Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It is the 9th of July, the year 2019. A very warm welcome to you wherever you're watching us from. This is the Swabah Show. I'm your host, Yusuf Farah. Remember, this show will be running to you every day from Monday through Friday. We are going to have two segments. We'll start off with the newspaper review, and after that, we'll have Tech Tuesday with me, Yusuf Farah. In the studio with me to help me do the newspaper review is Suleiman Nechesa, political analyst, stroke producer, and Edwin Kigoli, political analyst and also political policy analyst. Yeah. Gentlemen, welcome to the show. It's an honor having you. Let's get to it, shall we?
Should.
Let's start off with the Daily Nation. MPs now demand total 17 allowances. Get this. First, they raised their salaries, then awarded themselves a whopping 250,000 in allowance. Now the men and women you elected want to be given literally everything. What is happening, Suleiman?
Actually, Brother Farah, we need to sit down as Kenyans and actually try to figure out where we want to go as a country. Because you find that the MPs, every day you wake up and the headlines hit: MPs want salary rises, MPs want allowances. They're even fighting for night allowances nowadays, and you wonder where we are heading as a country. Because if they are there, they represent the common mwananchi, but they are not fighting for the common mwananchi, but they're fighting for themselves. It means they are greed. You see, they are not actually helping any common mwananchi, but they are fighting for themselves. Okay. That is totally greed.
Edwin, your thoughts?
Two issues are really brought into sharp focus here. The first issue is what we value as a country, our priorities. You look at what MPs are doing. In this country, it is either you are rich or poor. So MPs want to be richer because they have an opportunity to make themselves rich. We as Kenyans are getting poorer because these salary increments are going to be passed on to us. We're the ones who are going to pay heavy taxes, you know, with an economy that is not growing. Number two, another issue that is really coming into sharp focus here is the aspect of where we are as a country and where we ought to go. And as a nation, we are all the time, constantly being hit by budgetary deficits. And we are struggling as a nation in terms of funding our national budget, yet MPs, on the other hand, are fighting so hard to enhance their parks. And these parks are not even taxed. These guys have companies that are evading paying taxes. And that's why we are finding ourselves into budgetary deficits.
So what are the corrective measures that we should take?
Number one, we must get serious as citizens. The problem is we, the people. We are the problem of this country. And until we call ourselves into that serious meeting with ourselves and see that we are the problem, we the people are the problem, given a chance, many of these MPs will still make it to parliament. And they will still be making such amendments to increase their parks. So until we make a solemn decision as the people of this country that enough is enough to mediocre politics, enough is enough to such economic sabotage. You know, this is economic sabotage. Okay. How many people are going without jobs in this country?
Still on the MPs, on the Standard, the headline reads, "Why MPs want spies in schools?" And get this, following chaos in secondary school in recent years, a parliamentary committee wants undercover agents to gather information on students and point out the bad elements. What is happening in our schools? Edwin?
Maybe actually we need to look into this issue, because at the end of the day, these students are the leaders, the leader of the country for tomorrow. So we need to sit down and have a focus, as my friend said, where we are projecting our vision to. And because if you are not going to look into these young boys and girls who are still schooling, and then sit down and maybe figure out what we want as a country and where we want to go, then definitely we are not going to achieve these. Okay. because we find we can't achieve in Vision 2030 if we are just going to sit down and look into very funny things going on in the country. We are not even having visions that are going to make a country make a step. What we are just fighting for, we are just fighting for today. We are just fighting for ourselves. We are just fighting to see ourselves grow, but we are not fighting to look at where our next generation, we want our next generation to be. Nice. So we actually need to sit down and focus and make good plans that are going to assist Kenya at large.
I see no practical sense in deploying spies in schools because number one, what is the informing factor of having spies in schools? So we've had, of course, raising down of schools by the students, you know, dormitories being torched, largely because of exam anxiety, you know, because our system has been, you pass exams, you proceed with the education. You fail, the future looks so bleak. So those students who fear they might fail say like, okay, what do we do? You know, if a certain quota of our citizens are not heard and their issues sufficiently addressed, they will want to project their voices differently. And they'll use, of course, these deviant means and tactics. So what we need to do is, in fact, I'm thankful that we have a competence-based curriculum that is going to address these issues so that when you are good in academics, you will advance in that field. When you're good in sporting, you are the guru of that field. So we will have an atmosphere that is reduced in terms of this deviant behavior so that everybody feels on the train. Everybody has a seat. You know, our current system before this competency-based came was the train only has the seat for the performers. If you don't perform, there is no seat for you. So if you fail, you go back home and you start to hustle and, you know, and the frustrations and the struggles of life. It makes many young people resort to criminal activities. So to avoid that, we must now embody and really take into serious consideration empowering people intellectually, empowering people in terms of abilities and skills and talents so that everybody gets or goes home with something. So that everybody feels part and parcel of this country.
In fact, maybe to add on that, what else actually, I believe this new curriculum is going to assist at large, because you find that there's this member of parliament in Tanzania who asked the speaker that who came up with this formula that a student should be in school for 8 years, this primary, 4 years in secondary, and maybe at least 4 years in universities, because we are wasting students there. There is no need for these spies, because if I'm a student, I know why I'm there. There is something I want to achieve out of this. Then definitely there is no need for somebody to come and maybe spy what I'm doing. Because at the end of the day, I'm the one who is going either to benefit or not to benefit from what I'm doing. So it's just a matter of focusing on what we want to do or what we want to achieve, maybe just as students. Because you find that even these same MPs, they own some of these schools. You find that the honorable somebody's secondary or primary schools, you know. So when they are saying that we want spies, and then they are the same people, when it comes to the time of examination, they go somewhere, leak the examination to their students in the name that they want their schools to do what? To top. So actually, we should also look into these schools, especially the schools that are named Honorable So and So Secondary Primary School.
Actually, so no need for spies, and competency-based curriculum is the way to go forward. Nice. Let's move on to Taifa Leo politics. Uhuru akwepa Mlima Kenya. Na it says hatua ya Rais Uhuru Kenyatta kuzuru maeneo mengi ya nchi akizindua miradi ya maendeleo huku akikwepa eneo la Mlima Kenya imezua manunguniko miongoni mwa wakazi na viongozi wakati. Siasa, kuna nini ambacho katika maoni yako unadhania ni kipi ambacho kinaweza kuwa kimemfanya Rais Uhuru Kenyatta kukwepa Mlima Kenya katika ziara yake nchini?
Kidogo sikubaliani na hiyo headline. Okay. Sidhani kama rais anahepa mlima. Utahepa aje nyumbani? Huwezi toroka nyumbani. Unajua hii Kenya ni kubwa na Uhuru ni rais wetu, na President Kenyatta is constitutionally mandated to move to any part of this country to launch projects, inspect na kuangalia vile mambo ya hii nchi inasonga. So kama anaenda Mombasa, juzi amekuwa Eldoret, President is within his mandate. Hiyo ni jukumu lake, na wakati utafika ambapo ataenda Mlima Kenya na atatengisi. The president ali write off debt ya coffee farmers, si ali hizo 2 billion. Yes, nobody else said kwa nini unafanyia hao wengine peke yao, unaona? So we must be very fair as a country. Central Kenya has legislators ambao inafaa wapitishe miswada ambayo pia itanufaisha wale watu huko. Central Kenya pia iko na hizi maeneo za ugatuzi, rasilimali inawekwa kule. So na kila area hii nchi iko na members of parliament and county governments. What we need to focus on is not necessarily where the president is going or not going. What we need to look at as a country is tunatumia aje zile resources ambazo the revenue committee inapeana kwa hizi maeneo ya magatuzi, so that tuna develop without necessarily keeping track. You know, we cannot spy the president. We can't. He's our president.
In fact, we need to stop this politics of who ni mtu wetu. You see, ukiangalia vema the headline, it's like the president is ours. Mbona haji kwetu? In fact, this mindset actually ndio inafanya sasa hivi Kenya hatusongi. Kwa sababu maybe these people from Mount Kenya, they feel like since the president is ours, then definitely he should or he must be visiting there more and more oftenly. Waona, ambapo tukiangalia katika the constitution of Kenya, it's not constitutional. The president is a neutral figure in the country. Juzi amekuwa Uganda, amekuwa Kisumu, waona pale, and as I decide today I'm going to West Kenya, tomorrow as per his schedule, because he goes by the plan and the schedule that has been set. Ya kwamba
kuna siasa.
Yeah, kwa sababu kuna siasa pale. Tuache hii siasa ya kwamba huyu ni mtu wetu lazima aje pale. Waona. The same to deputy president. Utasikia deputy president mbona asije kwetu kwa sababu huyu ni kijana wetu. Waona. So we should stop that.
Let's move on to the Star. The headline says, "You are lying. PS Kibicho tells DP Ruto." There have been these claims from the deputy president that people are attempting to assassinate him, and we've seen Itumbi's case, and now we are seeing Kibicho, who is telling Ruto, "You are lying." What is happening?
Dr. Karanja Kibicho knows who is lying.
That's true.
If he is lying and saying the DP is lying, or the DP is lying, the two know. But this is a very serious issue. This is a treasonable matter. This is a matter that is touching on the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. Somebody Kenyan selected. And I do not think it is right constitutionally to play politics with such a serious issue. Okay. You know, life is sacred. Only God gives and only God takes.
Thank you very much for that. Your
In
thoughts?
fact, it's all about politics. Although we should not take this thing for granted, as Karanja Kibicho is trying to say. Because if you look at the history, the Kenyan history of deputy president or vice presidents from Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, then you come and relate to this issue, we should not take it for granted. Maybe ukiangalia namna Jaramogi Oginga Odinga was ousted from office. It was just a matter ya kwamba a delegation from the parliament went to the late Mzee Jomo Kenyatta and said, "Oh, Mr. Jaramogi is gaining fame." You see, just from that, a delegation from parliament went to Mzee Jomo Kenyatta and said Jaramogi Oginga is gaining popularity. That is how Jaramogi Oginga Odinga was ousted from the house. The same to Joseph Murumbi. So if we relate the history, how the vice presidents wanaingia kwa ofisi mpaka wanatolewa, we should not take this thing for granted, and Karanja Kibicho should not come publicly saying that the DP is lying, but instead investigate the issue.
Thank you very much. Finally, Business Daily. 33 counties apply for controversial 1 billion mobile shilling health clinics, the portable clinics, and 33 counties have written to the Ministry of Health seeking to take over the controversial 100 portable clinics that were imported in 2014 at the cost of 1 billion. Your thoughts, very quick.
Well, the health sector is under the Big Four agenda that the president is implementing, and these health clinics, mobile health clinics, are part of the delivery of the Big Four agenda. And given that health is a devolved function, we need to empower our counties, give them expertise, give them resources, you know, that will help to advance this health sector. And if you walk around, you'll find these health clinics that they have actually been rendered redundant. They are not operational, they are just there. So we are seeing billions of taxpayers' money running in waste, just sitting there, you know. It's not helping the people. It's in some parts of the country, I'm not saying everywhere, but now we must get to the basics and say, if we invested in these health clinics, then they must give back the returns. They must help people.
Suleiman, is this the right step?
Yeah, it's the right step, because I believe if you go to Pokot, because it has been helping them, because there is no clear hospital that has have been built there. So such initiative is good because it assists a lot, and I believe money should be pumped into such projects because they help a lot, and it's a good move.
Okay.
Yeah.
On that note, from Suleiman and Edwin, we will take a quick break, but don't go far. When we come back, more in depth in newspaper reviews.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are now at the Arena 1. And over here we have player of the day.
I'm back to beat Hamza's team.
Is it timer?
I chose Surah Al-Mutaffifin. I don't know the names, but Nabi Isa said, I am a slave of Allah. Is it Prophet Luqman?
1 point for this team.
Welcome to Active Sunday.
Things which will happen at the last day, which is very shocking.
That's not fair because I wasn't here.
It's a happy, happy, happy day. Oh, what a happy day it is for Active Sunday. Abu Najma with kids. We learn Quran. We learn Quran. We learn Quran. We learn Quran. We learn Hadith. We learn Hadith. We learn Hadith. We learn Hadith. We learn the duas. We learn the duas. We learn the duas. We learn the duas. We love a prophet. We love a prophet. We love a prophet. We love a prophet. Abu Najma with kids. Abu Najma with kids. We learn Quran. We learn Quran. We learn Quran. We learn Quran. We learn Hadith.
On the next episode.
Watu wasema Ayatul Kursi ukisoma kwa makini ni dalili ya kutosha kwamba hii Qur'ani ni kitabu cha Mwenyezi Mungu. Vile Mwenyezi Mungu huyu anaaminiwa na Waislamu amejisifu kwa sifa gani? Kama kwamba aonyesha kwamba maadamu Mwenyezi Mungu sifa zake ni hizi, lazima kila mtu amwamini Mwenyezi Mungu huyu. Sasa atakakueleza watu pamoja na hayo kwamba Mwenyezi Mungu anastahili kuaminiwa na watu wa Waislamu wote, lakini lao mtu hakuwa Muislamu hafai kulazimishwa kwa Muislamu kwa nguvu. Mwenyezi Mungu asema la ikraha fi din, hakuna kulazimishwa mtu yoyote kuingia katika dini ya Uislamu.
Qur'ani mwombezi wangu, Qur'ani kumbao langu, ni kitabu chenye haki huipati.
Walk with us as we tell you the stories of our society.
Wengine atavaa mtandio kichwani, utafikiri ni kijihandkerchief.
Enzi za wakati wa kusema ati alisema, akasisitiza, akihutubia wanahabari, enzi hizo hazipo tena.
Kwa kuchimbua na kunakili matukio kwa undani.
We want to create current awareness,
ranging from adventure, human interest and inspirational stories,
ili kuweza kukuelimisha, kukuburudisha na kukubumbuisha.
Words have been said, but now it is time to lay the foundation that will impact the world.
Terrorism is terrorism, no matter who is behind the trigger.
Kalamu imeinuliwa kwa watu sampuli tatu, yani hawaandikiwi madhambi. Wa kwanza, mtoto mdogo mpaka atakapo balighi. Mtu amelala akaota, akazungumza, akapiga makelele, akabobokwa, haandikiwi madhambi. Na mtu ambaye ni mwandazimu mpaka akili yake itakaporudi. Yoyote miongoni mwenu ambaye atakuwa ni mgonjwa au ala safarin, au atakuwa katika safari, fa'iddatu min ayamin ukhar, anaruhusiwa kula kisha atalipa baadaye. Muhimu zile ambazo wadaiwa uziweke hisabu, na kila ukilipa uondoshe mpaka atakapomaliza.
Horizon TV, the beacon for the nation.
Welcome back to the Swabah Show with me, your host Yusuf Farah, and Suleiman and Edwin. Before we get into the in-depth analysis of the newspapers, we want to send a word of condolence to our brothers in Azam TV. We understand that a crew of them were involved in a horrific accident yesterday. May Allah be with you. Our prayers from the Horizon TV crew and everyone here and all the Muslims at large. Inshallah, may Allah make them from the people of Jannah. Ameen. Suleiman and Edwin, let's get into the in-depth analysis of the newspapers, yeah?
Okay.
Now, Daily Nation, page 3. Crocodile invasion has residents of posh Mombasa estate terrified. And this story is also shared on the first page of Taifa Leo. Is the management of the who are we blaming? Is it the management of the place, Mombasa village to be precise, or is it the residents who are living close to the place? Or
well, you know, the crocodiles are manned, or of course they're under confinement, and maybe we need an investigatory team launched to look into the matter so that we know where the hitch occurred. We understand that these things can happen once in a while, and probably as they happen, we learn from them. Maybe the team can inquire into it and report on so that we can know exactly what happened.
Okay, Suleiman?
Yeah, true. We should also actually do some investigations on the management, because I believe they know very well at the surroundings we have people are living there, and they know very well that crocodiles, these are animals that are very dangerous. Therefore, we need to give them, we need to actually make them, confine them so that they do not come out so that they can attack people. Still on the same, actually, we find that it is not just this story, because we've read from newspapers and from media very many other stories. Even hippopotamus, they come out from rivers and attack residents, you see. So first of all, the management of these parks, the management of these sanctuaries should actually ensure that their fences are well done so that they do not have maybe gaps or loopholes to allow these animals get out. I'm also actually requesting the KWS to come up with strict measures on people who are owning these parks, people who are owning these sanctuaries, to ensure that they have maybe a policy, or maybe they have rules and regulations that ensure their parks are well fenced, and also to ensure that such animals, when they attack human beings, they are there to assist. Because you find they get out, they attack human beings, but nobody's taking care of them. They leave them hopeless, and others end up dying. So, yes. So
we've seen in some cases where humans get defensive about when these animals get to their homesteads, and KWS keep telling people, don't do this, it is not right. Are humans doing the right thing?
Yes, yes, definitely, because you can't just sit maybe looking at an elephant, a lion or a crocodile coming to attack you, and yet you say that no, because the KWS has ordered us not to attack them, because you are defending yourself. So the KWS should not take any measure to maybe arrest these people who attack the animals because you are defending yourself. Just the same way if maybe a robber can come to your home, you have to defend yourself. But then KWS should come up with measures. They should ensure these animals are well locked up. Even in our rivers, I come from Mumias, where we have River Nzoia. Several times we've been attacked by hippos. So we have to take measures in our own hands to actually defend ourselves, because hippos are very dangerous animals. They eat up all the plantations, they attack animals, even cows, they attack people. They can even, you know, these are very crooked animals, because most time they come out during the night. So you find they can enter your shed, they kill each and every animal in the shed. So actually I call upon the KWS to ensure that very good measures or strict measures are put in place.
Adrian, do you agree?
This way, you know, human life is sacred, and there is no any other creature above a human life, and we cannot compromise the life of a human being for an animal. That one is unthinkable, it is ungodly, it is just not right. We cannot spare an animal that is of a threat to a human being's life. That human being is also very productive to this country. So from a religious perspective, I would say so. We just must take care of our human beings, make sure the fences are okay and everything is in place, and nobody's life is threatened.
Spare the human being.
Yeah.
Kill the animal.
Of course.
Defend your homes.
Yes.
You had the man. Standard, page 3. Woman who turned blind at 9 months lives teaching dream. We have this story of this lady who turned blind at 9, and then her dream was to be a teacher. And then now we're seeing her living her dream. How beautiful is this?
Very beautiful. There is this gospel singer, Mary Atieno, who's also a teacher of a renowned school in this country. And this is bringing out that perspective of it doesn't matter your inability, you know, or disability, which should not limit you in any way. You can still cross that finish line as a winner, you know, with that disadvantaged side. So it is when you know what you're doing, when you know where you're going, you'll always get there, irrespective of what comes.
Okay, I remember last year, over 8 students, blind students, scored above 400 marks. So I can say disability is not inability. They can still make it. We despise these people. We, you know, they face a lot of challenges because we are not there to give them care. We are not there to actually to give them support. So if somebody has ability, somebody can become an engineer, somebody can become a teacher, in the case of Madam who is featured in the newspaper. But then you find a parent or people living with these people, they do not give them the support. You find somebody is left aside, hashughulikiwi, then at the end of the day, we kill the dreams of this particular student, we kill the dream of this particular people. So actually, I'll call upon everybody with such a people in their homes to take care of them, give them affection, show them love, because if you show them love, they'll feel part of the society and they live to achieve their dreams.
Okay. Do you feel like the country or the government is doing a good job in terms of the people with special needs?
Oh yeah, and it's not even, in fact, a responsibility of the government alone. Even we've seen private sector come in to really build up centers that are capacitating these people with disability. And you know, even with disability, they still remain productive and they still remain an integral part of this country. And as a nation, we need to pull together and work together. And when we have these disability centers, you know, these recreational centers and training of people with some sort of disability, we feel so proud as a country, because Kenya is a country with unparalleled potential, and we need to tap into every single person's ability so that we are moving together as a holistic nation moving forward, because you know, Kenya is just a unique country. The Kenyan people are so aggressive. You know, even if times come hard, Kenyans will always get harder and they'll always cruise their way. So we are just a unique type of people, and we celebrate that as a country. We are just so proud to be Kenyans.
Okay. Suleiman, what is the take home from this story?
It's true. Actually, the government should come up with initiatives to assist these particular people in the society, so that they also feel part and parcel of the Kenyan community. Actually, should come up with innovation hubs, recreational centers. My friend has just said we should have special training institutes that actually are going to impact a lot to these particular people in the society. We should not leave them, we should not neglect them. The government should pump a lot of money. In fact, this money that is going to waste, this money that the MPs are demanding for salary rise, this is the particular amount that should be pumped into such institutes, that should be pumped into innovation hubs for these particular people in the society, so they also feel part and parcel.
In fact, before we vacate that story, it is important to mention our government has been taking strong steps in empowering people with disability. Right now, if you are a disabled person and you import goods, they come duty-free. Okay. You're not taxed. That is a measure to empower these people. Our government is doing extremely good, fundamentally good.
Disability is not inability. Daily Nation, page 8, hospital conducts landmark surgery. We have the story of this lady who had a problem on the knee in Makueni County, and the doctors successfully conducted a surgery on her knee, and it did well. The health sector is going places. What do you think?
Of course. Look at the surgeries that have happened in Kenyatta National Hospital, even with this latest case. Kenyan doctors, that's why I was saying, Kenyans are just amazing. I have not seen anything that Kenyans can't do. When you come to having fun moments, Kenyans will be there. When you come to talking serious issues, we have brilliant Kenyans out there who are ready and willing to discuss these issues. So we hail our health sector. Just that at times we have bad politicians making bad laws and making bad decisions that impact so negatively on our health sector. You know, our typical politicians, they never trust our health centers. They never trust them. That's why a simple fracture, you know, a politician would fly out to go and seek treatment. I don't know for what. Yet, they are the ones recommending these health centers to Kenyans. So, are Kenyans lesser Kenyans? You know? So, if our politicians can inspire confidence in our health sectors, which are extremely good. You look at Kenyatta National Hospital. There is no any other hospital in this region, East Africa region, that is better than our health facility. But see the way it is struggling because of bad people who influence it so badly and plunge the health sector into debt. And it, you know, when you're in debt, you cannot function properly. So we need to get Kenyatta National Hospital to be a premier hospital, not only in this region, but also continental, because the caliber of doctors, the quality of doctors we have, they are the best. And we can make Kenya our India here.
Nice. In fact, what I can say, actually, there is no need of even importing doctors. It's not bad. Yeah, it's a good move for the government, but I don't think there is a greater need to import doctors. Because I will congratulate our president, because among his 4 big agendas, the healthcare has been taken care of fully. Because if you look at the series of surgeries that have been done, brain surgery at the KNH, there is this a reattachment of a manhood of a certain boy who was actually chopped off. Actually, it means we are moving somewhere as a country. We have people who can do these things. We have doctors who are qualified. But the only problem is that most of these people we call our leaders, they are self-centered. If somebody, maybe he doesn't trust his own people, he doesn't trust maybe to be treated by a doctor, a Kenyan doctor, you see. So I'll find, as my friend just said, any simple fracture, any simple feeling like I feel I'm not well, he or she will fly out. So I believe it's good that we make use of.
Next story on the Star, page 30. Farmers caution state against maize importation and want talks. And get this, another interesting thing, still on the same, on the Daily Nation, page 30, Tanzania to sell Kenya 1.2 million maize bags. Very quick, 1 minute. What is who are we to believe and who are we not to believe? And a finishing note from you.
This issue of maize scandal, it's not good actually to be listened to, because I believe we can produce our own. We have large tracts of lands that can produce this enough maize for our own people consumption. There is no need for importation of such large amounts of maize from outside. You know, the Kenyan...
Let me cut you.
Just before that, let me just finish. You know, what we are doing, we are self-centered in a way that we want to kill our farms. We want to kill our maize industries so that we import cheaper maize from outside, you see, to benefit self.
Thank you. Edwin?
2 things.
Yeah.
Number 1, policy breakdown. We have a robust policy framework of how we need to handle our grain, but the National Cereals and Produce Board has not been living up to its mandate. Maize is still in the stocks and stores of farmers, yet we are going to import. We are developing other economies while impoverishing our own people. Number 2, the subsidy program that farmers are supposed to receive to at least make the planting season a bit favorable, to make sure that food security is guaranteed. That one, if you look at the budget policy statement that was read in the National Assembly by the Cabinet Secretary, that program was never advanced by the Ministry of Agriculture. And you ask yourself, why is that? Is food security just an agenda on the Big Four agenda, or is a serious agenda? In my opinion, it is a serious agenda, and the Cabinet Secretary of Agriculture needs to do something, even if it means bringing another supplementary budget in the National Assembly so that farmers get subsidy programs. We as food secure as a country.
Thank you very much. Now, that's all the time we had for the newspaper review on the Swabah Show today. But don't go far. When we come back, Tech Tuesday begins with me, your host, Yusufar.
Horizon TV, the beacon for the nation.
Najma with kids. We learn Quran. We learn Quran. We learn Quran. We learn Quran. We learn Hadith. We learn Hadith. We learn Hadith. We learn Hadith. We learn the duas. We learn the duas. We learn the duas. We learn the duas. We love a prophet. We love a prophet. We love a prophet. We love a prophet. Abu Najma with kids. Abu Najma with kids. We learn Quran. We learn Quran. We learn Quran. We learn Quran. We learn Hadith.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are now at the Arena 1. And over here we have player of the day.
I'm back to beat Hamza's team.
Is it time?
I chose Surah Al-Mutaffifin. I don't know the names, but Nabi Isa said, I am a slave of Allah. Is it Prophet Luqman?
1 point for this team.
Welcome to Active Sunday.
Things which will happen at the last day, which is very shocking.
That's not fair because I wasn't here.
It's a happy, happy, happy day. Oh, what a happy day it is for Active Sunday.
On the next episode,
watu wasema ayatul kursi ukisoma kwa makini ni dalili ya kutosha kwamba hii Qur'ani ni kitabu cha Mwenyezi Mungu. Vile Mwenyezi Mungu huyu anayeaminiwa na Waislamu amejisifu kwa sifa gani? Kama kwamba aonyesha kwamba maadamu Mwenyezi Mungu sifa zake ni hizi, lazima kila mtu amwamini Mwenyezi Mungu huyu. Sasa atakakueleza watu pamoja na hayo kwamba Mwenyezi Mungu anastahili kuaminiwa na watu wa Waislamu wote, lakini lao mtu hakuwa Muislamu hafai kulazimishwa kwa Muislamu kwa nguvu. Mwenyezi Mungu asema la ikraha fi din, hakuna kulazimishwa mtu yoyote kuingia katika dini ya Uislamu.
Qur'ani mwombezi wangu, Qur'ani pumbao langu, ni kitabu chenye haki huipati.
Walk with us as we tell you the stories of our society.
Wengine atavaa mtandio kichwani, utafikiri ni kijihandkerchief.
Enzi za wakati wa kusema ati alisema, akasisitiza, akihutubia wanahabari, enzi hizo hazipo tena.
Kwa kuchimbua na kunakili matukio kwa undani.
We want to create current awareness.
Ranging from adventure, human interest and inspirational stories.
Ili kuweza kukuelimisha, kukuburudisha na kukubumbuisha.
Words have been said, but now it is time to lay the foundation that will impact the world.
Terrorism is terrorism, no matter who is behind the trigger.
Horizon TV, the beacon for the nation.
This is the street quiz. We are back. What's your name, bro? Mustafa Awad. So I'm looking for county number 023.
Nairobi. Turkana.
Nanti.
I don't know.
Ihsan inamaanisha ni mazuri. Right now I don't remember.
Pana, Nairobi ni 047. Ukitaka kujua ni gani? Tazama street quiz ndani ya Horizon TV. Bro, here is your t-shirt inshallah. Horizon branded t-shirt from Horizon TV.
Kalamu imeinuliwa kwa watu 3, yani hawaandikiwi madhara. Kwa kwanza, mtoto mdogo mpaka atakapo baleghe. Mtu amelala, akaota, akazungumza, akapiga makelele, akabobokwa, haandikiwi madhara. Na mtu ambaye ni mwendazimu mpaka akili yake itakaporudi. Yoyote miongoni mwenu ambaye atakuwa ni mgonjwa au ala safarin, au atakuwa katika safari, fa'iddatu min ayamin ukhar, anaruhusiwa kula kisha atalipa baadaye. Muhimu zile ambazo wadaiwa uziweke hisabu, na kila ukilipa uondoshe mpaka atakapomaliza.
Nachukua fursa hii kukaribisha katika kipindi chako cha kila wiki.
Neno hili fiqh ni ufahamu, yani kufahamu kitu.
La jirani nilipi, la mkubwa nilipi, la mtoto nilipi, la usiku nilipi, la mchana nilipi. Hiyo ndiyo yaitwa fiqh.
Dini hii ya Uislamu kila kitu, hatutafuti popote.
Kunywa maji atakavyo Mungu.
Kwa nini Mwenyezi Mungu ameharamisha nguruwe? Kwa nini Mwenyezi Mungu, mbona hujauliza Mwenyezi Mungu kwa nini amehalalisha mbuzi? Mwenye kula nguruwe ni mtu kwa hana wivu.
Uislamu umekuja umekamilika.
Hata wadudu watafuta amani, hawataki kuudhiwa na wao pia. Wala Uislamu haukuja kuwaudhi hata wadudu, ni makosa.
With kids, we learn Quran, we learn Quran, we learn Quran, we learn Quran, we learn hadith, we learn hadith, we learn hadith, we learn hadith, we learn the du'as, we learn the du'as, we learn the du'as, we learn the du'as, we love a prophet. We love a prophet, we love a prophet, we love a prophet. Abu Najma with kids. Abu Najma with kids. We learn Quran, we learn Quran, we learn Quran, we learn Quran.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are now at the Arena 1.
Just stand there.
And over here we have player of the day.
I'm back to beat Hamza's team.
Is it time?
I chose Surah Al-Mutaffifin. I don't know the names, but Nabi Isa said, I am a slave of Allah. Is it Prophet Luqman? 1 point for this team. Welcome to Active Sunday.
Things which will happen at the last day, which is very shocking.
Waylun lil mutaffifin.
That's not fair because I wasn't here.
It's a happy, happy, happy day. Oh, what a happy day it is for Active Sunday.
Walk with us as we tell you the stories of our society.
Wengine atavaa mtandio kichwani, utafikiri ni kijihandkerchief.
Enzi za wakati wa kusema ati alisema, akasisitiza, akihutubia wanahabari, enzi hizo hazipo tena.
Kwa kuchimbua na kunakili matukio kwa undani.
We want to create current awareness.
Ranging from adventure, human interest and inspirational stories.
Ili kuweza kukuelimisha, kukuburudisha na kukubumbuisha.
Words have been said, but now it is time to lay the foundation that will impact the world.
Terrorism is terrorism, no matter who is behind the trigger.
Horizon TV, the beacon for the nation.
This is the street quiz. We are back. What's your name, bro? Mustafa Awad. So I'm looking for county number 023.
Nairobi. Turkana.
Nanti.
I don't know.
Ihsan inamaanisha ni mazuri. Right now I don't remember.
Pana, Nairobi ni 047. Ukitaka kujua ni gani? tazama Street Quiz ndani ya Horizon TV. Bro, here is your t-shirt inshallah. Horizon branded t-shirt from Horizon TV.
On the next episode,
watu wasema Ayatul Kursi ukisoma kwa makini ni dalili ya kutosha kwamba hii Qur'ani ni kitabu cha Mwenyezi Mungu. Vile Mwenyezi Mungu huyu anayeaminiwa na Waislamu amejisifu kwa sifa gani? Kama kwamba aonyesha kwamba maadamu Mwenyezi Mungu sifa zake ni hizi, lazima kila mtu amwamini Mwenyezi Mungu huyu. Sasa atakakueleza watu pamoja na hayo kwamba Mwenyezi Mungu anastahili kuaminiwa na watu wa Waislamu wote, lakini lao mtu hakuwa Muislamu hafai kulazimishwa kwa Muislamu kwa nguvu. Mwenyezi Mungu asema la ikraha fi din, hakuna kulazimishwa mtu yoyote kuingia katika dini ya Uislamu.
Qur'ani mwombezi wangu, Qur'ani kumbao langu, ni kitabu chenye haki huipati.
Kalamu imeinuliwa kwa watu sampuli tatu, yani hawaandikiwi madhambi. Wa kwanza mtoto mdogo mpaka atakapo balighi. Mtu amelala akaota, akazungumza, akapiga makelele, akabobokwa, haandikiwi madhambi. Na mtu ambaye ni mwandazimu mpaka akili yake itakaporudi. Yoyote miongoni mwenu ambaye atakuwa ni mgonjwa au ala safarin, au atakuwa katika safari, fa'iddatu min ayamin ukhar, anaruhusiwa kula kisha atalipa baadaye. Muhimu zile ambazo wadaiwa uziweke hisabu, na kila ukilipa uondoshe mpaka atakapomaliza.
Horizon TV, the beacon for the nation.
Somika, the Somali Iron Lady, my mouth ndo AK-47. Vile mi hushoot hizi words. Na I believe ni conk design zina spread fata kuliko marashi. So usini judge na gender. Unafaa kujiuliza ka gender deliver. So hii peace ni noma. Na ikienda in peace itakuwa kama homa. So niliamua kuandika hii peace in the middle of night. Cause hiyo time ndio nilikuwa na feel nimepata peace of mind over those nights. So technology, na feel unafaa kuandika apology. Cause watu wamekuwa messed up. Ati siku hizi chats, ati I love you, you love me, she loves he loves him. He. Si mapenzi ya siku hizi imekuwa mchezo wa pata potea. Ukidhani umepata kumbe umepotea. So nani cheza kaa wewe Jumi, mimi nilicheza kaa mimi. That's why kwa hii game niliibuka best player. So technology ulijifanya mjanja, what you forgot ni ati mimi nilikuwa fala. Ndio maana vijana siku hizi wanakosa usingizi wa pono. Kazi ni kuwatch mapono. So I'm the stainless lady, siwezi rust. Rhymes ziko kwa impulse. Cheki, I'm the pacemaker, I'm the pace setter. No wonder nowadays wengi wana look up to me. Na huwa sina mister but God kanipa mistari. Na pass message na mvuto zinawacha zima massage ka pasi. No wonder wananitaga Iron Lady. Shukran.
That was the amazing Ikra Abdi, Somali Iron Lady, giving us bars on technology. Now get this, necessity is the mother of invention. Over the years, human beings have developed gadgets and machines to help them run their daily lives. The flip side to it though The flip side to it, though, is the fact that there is rapid replacement of the human beings by robots of artificial intelligence. The question on Tech Tuesday today is, what is the fate of the human being who depends on the employment and has been replaced by artificial intelligence? To help me talk about this, I have Harrison, ICT consultant, and of course, Edwin. Gentlemen, welcome. Let's get right into it. Are we looking at a possible future where the workforce of human beings are replaced by machines in industries?
Well, the underlying question here is there comes a time when change must happen. And we are at a point in time where we have disruptive innovation as well as the digital transformation. Those two aspects are really happening so fast, and of course the flip side of it is in the process of digitizing and innovating, some jobs are going to be lost, while some services are going to be improved in terms of making them readily available to people just on their fingertips. But again, we must not forget that people need to have income, and people need to have something to take home at the end of the day. But however, as we innovate, as we digitize our systems, yes, the hard reality is that jobs are going to be lost. And if you ask a manager deep down, they want to cut down the cost, and that includes layoffs. That includes, rendering some people redundant by the coming of machines. There was a time there was the call to digitize picking of tea, and people were like, we are going to lose jobs, and what are we going to do? So as human beings, we must live not for today, but also for tomorrow. So in whatever we do today, we must have a future eye. What is likely to happen tomorrow? And with this rapid digital transformation, we must bring ourselves up to speed that at some point our services might not be needed, because they'll be replaced by robots, which are much less cost effective. And but however, we really must be very empathetic, so that really we take care of other people while digitizing and making sure that everybody is on board.
Okay, Harrison.
Okay, one fact that I want to be against or something is not that it's taking over the jobs of people. You understand, when you bring technology, you're not bringing to stop people from earning something. You're also creating jobs. You understand that? The only fact that maybe we must bring on board is that maybe the job you're doing, you'll do it but differently, in a way that maybe you'll be the one operating the machine. You understand? So technology is not going to end the job for maybe people or something. What it's going to do is going to create jobs. You understand, technology will also, the workforce maybe, the output from it, it is going to increase the output. You understand, when you bring a machine on board to work on something, the productivity of it will be more than when a human being is doing. I'm not saying that people are lazy, but machines are a bit faster. And I want to bring a scenario, like a case study for China. You understand, China, they are good in technology. They are developing AI machine that can be able to help, like even if you want to serve tea, you can use a machine, you can pay via the machine. So, once you visit there, you will not say that people have lost job. It has created a job. You see, it is just there to help people maybe make work easier for them. It's not that it's the ending job. People will still have their job, but now they will have to learn how to operate the machine, because these are machines that need to be commanded by a human being, because it may have that intelligence part of it, but it may not think like a human being. You understand? Mm-hmm. So you need somebody to at least maybe control it or input it some commands, so that now it can be able to function it well. So technology is not going to end jobs as people may think, but it's going to make our work easier and also create jobs. So if you right now you around and you need to learn about technology, you need to start programming a bit, learn about the machine, so that when they come, you can be able now to work well with them.
Okay, case in example, we saw yesterday in the news that there'll be digital census coming August.
Yes.
Now, you see, in previous times, we used to have manual counting of people.
Yeah.
Where do these people who used to do this manual labor go to now that the introduction of digital machines like tabs and everything, and you have these people who are unskilled, unskilled labor?
Yes.
Where do they go to?
Okay, one fact I want to tell you that you may be have seen people applying for it. So this is a tablet. You see, it's going to be operated by human being. The tablet is going to help the government, whereby initially there were double counting, whereby you find that you have gone to somebody's village, you count somebody, and when he's in Nairobi, working in Nairobi, again is counted. But now these machines are going to help in a way that, you see, once you enter the let us say your ID, and somebody enters it, that is in your village where you come from, the machine will be able to tell you that this person is already registered and he has already been counted. So the machines now, the tablet and the phone, are going to help. You see, the people operating are people, and you have seen people have gone. ICT supervisors went for the interview yesterday. They were content that we have a lot of enumerators going for interview. So it's not ending job, because the job that was still there, the job that were there earlier on, they are still there. So what the technology now, the one we're using for sensors, what it has helped is that it has helped to reduce maybe the processing time. It will be short, and also it has helped to reduce the cost maybe for processing the data, because now people will be required that people only who will be inputting the details in the machine, and also the one who will be managing the people who are doing on the ground. So technology is everything, because now like in I feel like a week we'll have the sensors out. It will not take, like initially we used to take like over a year. You remember, like a year or some months for us to get the data that has been analyzed and from the counting of the centers. So at least now it will be short, the processing time will be short, and also we'll know there will be no double counting, so that maybe if they say it's 50 million, you'll know that people are 50 million. There will be no double counting.
Okay. Yeah, and actually he raises some fundamental concerns and points as well, and you see, this technology is completely dealing with the issue of duplicity. So there is a lot of accuracy that is going to be attached to this census program, and that's what we want. You know, like this process, it can be completed today, and in a few days' time we have got the total tally, and we know how many Kenyans we are. If you look at advanced nations, they are highly they are high-tech countries, and you know, as a country, while we engage this digital transformation and having this disruptive innovation, we also must make sure that it is remaining environmentally friendly, so that we look at the aspect of you know, the waste, e-waste. You know, it has also to be managed in a way that is friendly to the environment, in the sense that it doesn't affect the ecosystem. As well, still on that point, as a country, as we digitize and innovate, if you look at a country like United States of America, if you look at a country like France or UK, they are global giants in technology, as well as China, because they produce the means of production, as well as they produce the producers of the means of production. You understand? They make the machineries for the factories. But as we haven't gotten there, but we believe we are headed there, we also need to produce the means of production, so that we are producing the machinery that factories need, so that we are no longer going to import. That way, we are going to robustly grow our economy, because if we have everything that we need from within the trappings and jurisdiction of Kenya, and then we are looking at an economy that is just a boom away. And Kenya is a country that is not only blessed by God, but also powered by highly intellectual people, especially if you tap into the young minds of graduates and the youth out there. These people are just super innovative. We need a forum where we can engage these young people on innovation and creativity and productivity, so that we actually give them a platform on how we can harness these skills and potential, because that's what we need as a country.
Okay, well, there is I wanted just to correct him. You see, these youth, they have that skills. You understand, if somebody comes up with an idea. Recently there was somebody who came up with an idea where when you are trying to get flour from the maize, you can be also doing gym. You saw that? Nobody is funding such projects. So what we are supposed to tell our government is that our youths are very innovative. We have innovative people, so they should support that, so that maybe we can be as par with other countries. Like a few years ago, we were on the same level with Singapore. But right now, if you go and check, we have a big difference, whereby what they're doing is different from us, and the economy has grown from technology. So if we want to grow, if we want to become industrialized like the way our president is supporting the Big Four agenda of manufacturing industry, we need to support technology, because technology is everything that will help us maybe to grow our manufacturing industry. Because once we bring machines on board, once people develop technology that can be able to help us maybe in processing of our foods produced, instead of exporting them, now we can be processing them, then we export the processed one, so that maybe we get an income from it.
Yeah, just still on that one. On that one, you see, like our manufacturing, it has been stalling around 9% of the Kenyan GDP. Okay. And you ask, why has it been stagnating around 9%, according to the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics? The challenge has largely been on the innovative part, you know, the industrialization aspect, the digitization aspect. But since the Jubilee government took over, it came on with this wave of digitization. And the government has earmarked the contribution of technology and manufacturing towards the GDP to be about 20% by the year 2022. And I see that is a practical estimation. That is a practical estimation that I think will work. If you look at our plants and factories, some of them like Mumias Sugar. Mumias Sugar has told also, partly the government is to blame. The government is to blame, because the COMESA had recommended to the Kenyan government to make to improve the technology, the production technology of Mumias Sugar, so that it meets the state of the art, so that Mumias becomes a sugar producing giant in Africa. Yes. But the government dragged its feet in terms of digitizing and bettering Mumias, and that's why also it collapsed, also owing to managerial hitches.
Okay, so technology is definitely something that we need to embrace, according to these two. We are going for a quick short break, but when we come back, Tech Tuesday continues.
Walk with us as we tell you the stories of our society.
Wengine atavaa mtandio kichwani, utafikiri ni kijihandkerchief.
Enzi za wakati wa kusema ati alisema, akasisitiza, akihutubia wanahabari, enzi hizo hazipo tena.
Kwa kuchimbua na kunakili matukio kwa undani.
We want to create current awareness,
ranging from adventure, human interest and inspirational stories,
ili kuweza kukuelimisha, kukuburudisha na kukubumbuisha.
Words have been said, but now it is time to lay the foundation that will impact the world.
Terrorism is terrorism, no matter who is behind the trigger.
Horizon TV, the beacon for the nation.
This is the street quiz. We are back. What's your name, bro?
Mustafa Awad.
So I'm looking for county number 023.
Nairobi.
Turkana.
Nanti.
I don't know.
Sasa inamaanisha ni mazuri. Right now I don't remember.
Pana, Nairobi ni 047. Ukitaka kujua ni gani? Tazama street quiz ndani ya Horizon TV. Bro, here is your t-shirt, inshallah. Horizon branded t-shirt from Horizon TV.
the next episode.
Watu wasema Ayatul Kursi ukisoma kwa makini ni dalili ya kutosha kwamba hii Qur'ani ni kitabu cha Mwenyezi Mungu. Vile Mwenyezi Mungu huyu anayeaminiwa na Waislamu amejisifu kwa sifa gani? Kama kwamba aonyesha kwamba maadamu Mwenyezi Mungu sifa zake ni hizi, lazima kila mtu amwamini Mwenyezi Mungu huyu. Sasa atakakueleza watu pamoja na hayo kwamba Mwenyezi Mungu anastahili kuaminiwa na watu wa Waislamu wote, lakini lao mtu hakuwa Muislamu hafai kulazimishwa kwa Muislamu kwa nguvu. Mwenyezi Mungu asema la ikraha fi din, hakuna kulazimishwa mtu yoyote kuingia katika dini ya Uislamu.
Qur'ani mwombezi wangu, Qur'ani kumbao langu, ni kitabu chenye haki huipati.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are now at the Arena 1. And over here we have player of the day.
I'm back to beat Hamza's team.
Is it time?
I chose Surah Al-Mutaffifin. I don't know the names, but Nabi Isa said, I am a slave of Allah. Is it Prophet Luqman?
1 point for this team.
Welcome to Active Sunday.
Things which will happen at the last day, which is very shocking.
ويل للمطففين.
That's not fair because I wasn't here.
It's a happy, happy, happy day. Oh, what a happy day it is for Active Sunday.
Horizon TV, the beacon for the nation. Horizon TV, the beacon for the nation.
Welcome back to the Swabah Show. Before we continue on the discussion on matters technology, here's a video from Amazon showing how artificial intelligence has helped reduce the workforce. Let's take a look. YouTube and Amazon. Gentlemen, we have seen, are there risks involved in using technology though?
Oh yeah, so many risks are involved, especially, first of all, we start with human safety. It's also an issue of concern. We've had people who've been, hurt or injured in the process of, machines moving sideways or moving in a particular direction. So we've had human injuries, and also the other risks involved in terms of, especially when it comes to the banking sector and when it comes to, other corporate affairs. We've had cyber crimes, people, hacking into bank systems and stealing people's money. And, here in Kenya, we've had an issue with Safaricom. We've had an issue with National Bank where, hackers, convoluted the system. So there's so many risks also involved, and as we advance in this, we also have to figure out where other possible risks are likely to come from, because cybercrime is a top issue that managers are facing, and we have misuse and Cybercrimes Act that we have in Kenya that brings into being the National Computer Coordination Committee that brings together, you know, CS and other government officials to discuss this issue of risks involved. So as a country, as we move towards the full digitizing era, we also have to be alive to the fact that with every progress we make, challenges still remain. People are still, you know, doing, you know, terrorist activities through this computer system. They radicalize people. So we also need to look into that, so that as we digitize, nobody is put at risk.
Okay, but with every risk, there are rewards, of course.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yes.
Harrison?
Yes. I think my friend, good friend here, Edwin, has brought out the risk maybe. What now we have to do, because we are going to the digitalization era. So what we need just to do is that we need to invest a lot of money in cyber security, as in we need to train people in cyber security. And even that is why I'm going to do cyber security, because I want now to offer security for that. I'm going to do my master's in cyber security. So we are supposed to say that everything that comes up, there is a risk. Even when we're using human, there were risk. So we should accept the risk and know how to solve them. But maybe by coming up with maybe a methodology, how to end such risk. But the only risk that maybe not that we may not finish, you see, when we'll be introducing the technology now, the AI, people will lose jobs. As much as it's going to create jobs for other people, some people will lose. So we need to know how to adjust. Once we lose for some time, people will also, now jobs will also be created, because there is a wide area for jobs when we're using machines to operate or to do our processes.
Yes. Speaking of jobs,
yes.
Looking at the Daily Nation, page 2,
yes.
There's a light story on technology. State plans to digitize counseling services to fight mental disorders.
Yes.
This is definitely a milestone in our nation when it comes to fighting mental disorders.
Yes.
How good of a step is this towards achieving?
Okay. Yeah, it's a right step in the right direction. You know, the government must always, at all times, know where Kenyans are. Right now, if you want to get Kenyans, just get them. You'll get them on phone.
Twitter.
So yes, we are taking services where Kenyans are.
Yeah.
And in fact, education also, it needs to follow suit. You are comparing that student who is sitting in a class passively listening to a lecturer or a teacher, you know, give instructions, and then there is this other student who is reading lively, you know, through research and YouTubing, looking at what things are happening in foreign countries, you know, so that when the teacher is speaking, the student is able to see what the teacher is saying. There is a difference in conceptualization between a student who sees what the teacher is saying and that student who just hears what the teacher is saying. So as we move, we also need to move with our pupils and students, so that they get to learn by seeing. You know, in fact, this can also save a lot of money, because YouTube is like the answer to everything. If you log into some details on YouTube, there is practically nothing that you can miss out on there. So it has materials, you know, it has instructional guidance that we need to expose our students to, and that way, for those students who want to be majors in whatever skills, let's say football or whatever field, those who want to major in law, you know, they also listen to arguments being advanced and how they are anchored and how they are prosecuted in courts of law, and also those who want to venture in sports, they get to see how great players are doing, you know, not just by hearing but by practically seeing what they're doing, so that when they go to the field and when they go to classes, and those lecture rooms and courtrooms, they also have an idea of what is done. That way, we are making our students all round. And that is the way to go. The world is digitizing. Kenya has no option but to digitize, because Kenyans have the skills of digitizing, and they have the urge, they have the calling, they have the ability, they have the brains. Kenyans have everything. So let us take our pupils there. The government spoke about installing computers in our schools. Yes, the government has been facing a number of challenges, of course, because of the issue of budgetary deficit. If you check in the 2019-2020 budget policy statement, that program has not been captured. And as private sector, we need to come together and say, where government is falling short, we come in. Because the government cannot solve all our problems, and the government is always not the source of all our problems. So as a people, we must come and see, here the government is a bit struggling. It is our government ni serikali yetu. So let us find a way of helping the government. So we can come together and say, can we help schools get computer, facilities, so that these students have got access to internet and they can surf and get to view, clips that are educational and that they are practical, and so that we are moving together as a country.
Okay, Harrison.
Yes.
What is the place of a human being in a world of artificial intelligence?
Okay, before you go, you see that point about counseling. I think you went to education, so we want to just bring it. This is a milestone for our Kenyan government, because you understand when you're counseling somebody and you are on one-on-one, maybe with the person will not be able to relay some important information, maybe because of fear and maybe because of inferiority. So what our technology now, if they digitize the counseling process, this will be a milestone to us, because people will be able to give information, people will be able to share more about what they are going through, and this will help them. Then you can come up with your question, please. Yes.
Okay, so quick, what is the take home from all of this?
Tech?
Yes, tech. What is the tech?
Okay, my take on this technology is that we should embrace technology. Like we are using right now phones. Long time ago, people used to use maybe a letter. You write a letter, it takes months to reach somebody. But right now, we're already using technology. So we should embrace new technology when it comes in. Because right now, you can be able to talk to somebody who is far away, maybe in America, USA, and in a short time, you can even live chat, you can see him or her. But now, you see, if we were using the traditional method, maybe our respondent to maybe messages and everything could have taken a lot of time. So we should embrace technology. Technology is there, and we should embrace for us if we want to get industrialized and also to improve our economy. On
what you've said, Harrison,
yes,
as new technology is being introduced,
yes,
what is the place for those who are still learning how to embrace this technology as we're introducing new ones?
Yes. So what my say to them will be that they should maybe, as much as they're being trained, they should be able to learn and also adjust. Because you see, once you embrace technology, you'll be able to know everything that is being done. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. The truth of the matter is, as we go digital, there'll be systematic withdrawal from analog to digital. Of course, if you're not well digitized, outrightly you'll just have to give way. That's the painful reality. But also the government will lead us, as we also take part in it, to make a soft landing for those who are not so digitized,
for training
purposes, so that they land somewhere else, yes, as they recap themselves to jump into the train. And my take home this morning is the digital era is here. The digital era cannot be stopped. Mm-hmm. Neither can it be denied.
Yes.
It is here with us, and it is taking us places. Yes, there are going to be people losing jobs somewhere, but also, families have got people who they are taken to school, they are educated. So as one member loses a job, two more gets a job, and these two can help the other one, get back on their feet.
Yes.
So it is not entirely like a curse. It is you lose this, one loses, two gets, and then the two will help. As we move forward, digitizing this country fully is going to move our economy. It is going to make sure that our economy is growing by double digits. It is going to make sure that our companies are functioning so well. It is going to meet the consumer test demands, because as time goes by, people want certain services and in a certain packaging, certain quality, and that is going to be made through or that is going to be delivered through digitization. So it is the way to go. We must go there, and as a country, let us prepare. Just as we migrated from analog to digital, let us migrate from paperwork to computerized applications and everything. In fact, let us make our school pure computerized, so that we also save our environment. We don't need to cut trees so much. We want to make sure that we realize 10% forest cover, and if we continue cutting down trees for books and everything, I mean, it's going to
Right, thank you very much. Thank you, Edwin. Thank you, Harrison.
Yeah.
You've had the men. Digital is the way to go. Now, humans and machines will in the end have symbiotic relationships where humans and machines work together to help achieve digitization. I've been your host, Yusuf Farah. This is Tech Tuesday. See you next week, same time, same place, on your favorite TV station, Horizon.
Horizon TV, the beacon for the nation.
Viazi